My name's Sivan Xylem. I'm the Vice President of Xylem Innovation Labs. I had heard about Blue Tech Forum for the last several years. I've never had the opportunity to attend, and quite honestly, I'm very tired of being in the same 9x12 home office talking to people on camera all the time. I really wanted to get back out there and be with my peers, and just felt like this was an opportunity to not have to be selling or pitching or acting in a managerial capacity, and really just to connect with my friends, my colleagues, my peer group, and to collaborate in that way. Some of the challenges I face in my role, I'm leading our global innovation program at Xylem. I'm headquartered down in Los Angeles, but I have colleagues from Los Angeles all the way to the East Coast to Singapore. And so we are really trying to address the challenge of bringing new technologies, new innovations to market in an industry that's fairly conservative. And it's conservative for good reason. Municipalities, of course, want to make sure that the drinking water that comes from them out through your taps is safe to drink. However, I do think that there's a lot of space to bring new technologies and innovations to market faster. And so just dealing with that, the new tech with the more conservative industry, is something that brings with it its own array of challenges, I guess I would say. It was really fun. Blue Tech Forum this year was really fun, and unfortunately there were several of my colleagues that weren't able to make it because they are not feeling well. But I did take some video clips and send some pictures back to my team on Slack, and I had a few of the younger folks on my team write back and say, that looks so fun. I wish I was there. I'm so sad that I missed out on it. And I cannot tell you at any point that somebody described a water event as fun and that they had FOMO about missing out. So that was really inspirational to hear, and that really got me thinking about how can we have more of these events, several Blue Techs here, I don't know, but more events that are fun to come to, that we look forward to going to as an industry. I thought it was phenomenal, the speakers that were brought in. The speakers that were brought in were just thinking about water from a totally different angle, from the angle of a poet, the angle of a writer, an English major, somebody who comes from a completely different, adjacent, or maybe unrelated industry altogether. And the way that they framed things, especially around thinking about what water wants, I found that to be particularly compelling. Also around how are we going to deal with water if and when we're forced to live in more extreme environments, or even on Mars, if you will. And we don't do that a lot. At our conferences in the water industry, we typically talk about things from a very, very technical perspective. And so to talk about things from a more existential, esoteric perspective, I thought was really interesting. Radical collaboration for regeneration looks like, for me, most of the time in my day-to-day, I'm either working with people who report to me or that I report to. And like I said, I oftentimes don't get to collaborate with my peer group. And not only that, we talk only amongst ourselves, for example, within a large company. And so here we have some of the largest water companies in the entire industry, and then we're talking to each other, sharing ideas, because at the end of the day, I really believe that a rising tide raises all ships, and so we should be talking to each other and should be sharing. None of this stuff about how to bring new technology to market should be a secret, and so to have that face-to-face time in order to collaborate and talk about those things has been really valuable. The value of Blue Tech Forum to me is to be able to get together with my peers in person and have conversations that you otherwise wouldn't talk about on a phone call or in a Zoom meeting, when you're just getting down to brass tacks and trying to breeze through an agenda and get off the phone because you've already been on 6 hours of meetings. And here it's all dedicated to, there's no distractions. We're in beautiful Vancouver, British Columbia right now, and there's just no distractions. You get to honestly step away from the day-to-day and think differently, which is really phenomenal. I would love to, in future years, bring together people in different organizations, but that have a same or similar role. So bringing together all of the sustainability leads or the innovation leads and put us in a room together and force us to make commitments about what we're going to do to bring the industry forward together. I would love to see that as an output. I think Blue Tech's in a really special position to be able to do that as a third-party contributor.